Hi, my name is Jessica Fleck, and I'm a program analyst in the Hazard Mitigation Assistance Division. Today, we're going to chat about how to navigate the Hazard Mitigation Assistance Program and Policy Guide. In quick overview, the HMA Program and Policy Guide, or the HMA Guide, combine the existing 2015 guidance and addendum into one document. The HMA Guide consolidates program eligibility information, outlines policies and grant requirements, streamlines programmatic information for federal, state, tribal, territorial, and local officials, details activity and project-specific requirements, and applies to all disasters and NOFOs after the publication date of March 23rd, 2023. In short, the 2023 HMA Guide supersedes the 2015 HMA Guidance and Addendum. The new HMA Program and Policy Guide covers the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program, HMGP, HMGP Post-Fire, the Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities Program, BRIC, and Flood Mitigation Assistance, FMA. The Pre-Disaster Mitigation Program, or PDM, is no longer covered in the updated HMA Guide. While FEMA may use the PDM program when administering grant funding as directed by Congress, these funding opportunities will be announced through NOFOs, which will specify the applicable program requirements. The guide also does not cover the Safeguarding Tomorrow through Ongoing Risk Mitigation Revolving Loan Fund, or Safeguarding Tomorrow, RLF. These program requirements can be found in the program-specific NOFO and on FEMA.gov. When is the HMA Program and Policy Guide effective? For HMGP, it's effective for all major disaster declarations issued on or after the date of publication, which is March 23rd, 2023. For HMGP Post-Fire, it's effective for all FEMA declarations issued on or after the date of publication, March 23rd, 2023. And for FMA and BRIC, the notices of funding opportunity published on or after March 23rd, 2023. The HMA Guide will generally apply to PDM NOFOs published on or after the date of the HMA Guide's publication. The HMA Guide update purpose and scope was to incorporate policies and other materials issued since 2015, including legislative and regulatory changes. We tried to update the guide with FEMA guiding principles and priorities, reduce complexity by streamlining and eliminating duplicative content, and we really worked to incorporate internal and external stakeholder feedback. There was extensive regional and headquarters coordination throughout drafting and the concurrence process. As we look ahead, we are really hoping that the HMA Guide aligns with FEMA's commitment to put people first and help communities, families, and businesses build climate resilience. FEMA is working to ensure that the HMA Guide is more reactive to policy and program updates. And the release of the consolidated 2023 HMA Guide is the first step in a multi-phase process to better engage stakeholders, shift to a more agile update process, increase the accessibility of information as it relates to HMA program and policy. Now we're going to shift into actually navigating through the HMA Guide. We're going to look at the PDF and walk through how we might navigate through this document. Given that it's a very large document, we're clocking in a little over 600 pages, which feels intimidating, but I promise we're going to break it down into bite-sized pieces. We've incorporated information from many different HMA guidance documents and standalone policies and reviewed almost 200 documents to try to get all the vital information into the HMA Guide. This document has also been restructured and updated to improve the flow of the overall document and align with the grant cycle. The document can be read as a whole, but in reality, we know that most users will skip directly to their desired content. Let's start here with a table of contents. You have a couple options over here in your navigation bar. The first one is page thumbnails, but the second one, this little flag, will pull up the table of contents. The PDF version of the HMA Guide has a clickable table of contents that will take you to your specific section of interest. In addition, the search bar is vital to hopping around to keywords and important topics. The search bar can be found up here, and it will pop up over here. The other option is a shortcut of Control F, and then you can keyword search. Additional features have been incorporated into the broader document to help increase accessibility, including extensive citations that have been added that refer back to laws, regulations, and source documents. In addition, each part over here has been linked to trace back to other sections. And a resource list has been added to every part with clickable links to helpful documents. Most importantly, in part 1F, we have an extensive list of changes that the document has undergone. We highly recommend readers start at this section to familiarize themselves with new policies and updates. Okay, now let's do a quick overview of each part. The goal of the HMA guide layout is to be read in the order of the grant's life cycle, which aligns with parts 1 through 9. For the most part, parts 1 through 4 and 6 through 9 here contain content from the 2015 HMA guidance, updated and simplified to reduce redundancy and repetitiveness. Many of these parts have new titles and will not directly link back to the 2015 HMA guidance, but many key components that you will recognize from past versions of the guide have been pulled over. Please note that part 5, cost effectiveness, specifically is brand new, and it has a variety of details on cost effectiveness. If you can't find what you're looking for, we highly recommend the keyword search function to help you navigate where you need to be. Starting in part 10, we provide an overview of each specific HMA program, which for the purpose of the HMA guide includes HMGP, post-fire, BRIC, and FMA. Each program section has a similar layout and contains the information that is unique to the program. For example, the lock-in process for HMGP. Moving down to parts 11 through 13, we've consolidated, updated, and added information about many different activity types. These sections were intended to provide applicants the information they need to understand what activities are eligible and how to put together a great sub-application for each one. Each activity has a similar layout to cover different aspects of eligibility, application requirements, and award implementation information. In part 11, you'll find a brand new chapter that's focused on capability and capacity building activities. This section applies to not only BRIC and FMA, but many of these activities are now eligible under HMGP and HMGP post-fire. We encourage readers to spend some time getting to know this new section. Part 12 is the project section of the HMA guide. The basis of this section was built from the 2015 HMA addendum, but has undergone an extensive overhaul with a variety of new project types added. These include aquifer recharge, storage and recovery, stabilization, floodproofing, tsunami vertical evacuation refuge, retrofitting, secondary power source, and warning systems. Each project section digs down into the project type and details the eligibility criteria, cost effectiveness details, feasibility and effectiveness, EHP and NFIP requirements, including application submission information, subaward implementation, and finally closeout. Each project section is roughly set up with the same flow and subsections, allowing for increased accessibility, which users can use to jump immediately to the project type and find whatever information you're looking for. After the project section, you're going to find the management cost section. It's down here in part 13. This section will supersede the HMGP management cost intern policy and has been expanded using ancillary management cost documents that have been published since 2015. In part 14, you'll find information about program administration by state. This has been incorporated from the past addendum and updated to include mention of new programs like BRIC and HMGP post-fire. PASS is still considered a pilot. Part 15 contains regional and state contact information. And finally, part 16 contains the acronym guide, glossary, list of program authorities, and the minimum eligibility criteria checklist for the PASS program. We hope that this overview of the document and how to navigate the PDF is helpful as you move forward with the new HMA guide. As always, please feel free to reach out to FEMA with any questions, concerns, and comments. Thanks so much.